Hi and welcome to the Contingency Plan. This video is about some of the most unusual survival preparation tips we have found online. I could be way off base and simply missing the importance of these, so if you see something that I don't, please comment below because I'd like to hear your take on it. Following are 6 tips that we found to be, at the very least, not very helpful. Number 1. Create a fake identity. This one I can't wrap my head around, no matter how hard I try. If you can explain how having a fake ID could benefit you during an apocalyptic survival situation, please enlighten us. Number 2. Purchase a Bugout residence in a rural area. They make it sound so simple. Just get a second residence away from civilization to head to when the shit hits the fan. Sounds good on paper, but clearly impractical for the vast majority of us. Number 3. Pay off your mortgage. This one makes just a little more sense than the next suggestion on our list. The concept is apparently that if you no longer have a mortgage to pay, this frees up additional income for your survival needs. While this isn't necessarily a bad idea, priority-wise and realistic-wise, there are better tips out there when it comes to survival. But what if the shit hits the fan while you're still paying off your mortgage but before you start purchasing supplies? Number 4. Buy gold and silver. This is the one that has bothered me the most for the longest. People see the commercials for this on Fox News and hear them on AM talk radio, but has anyone ever really stopped to think how practical having gold and silver would be in the event of the power grid going down, an all-out war in the United States, or any of a number of apocalyptic events? For starters, people are going to simply be taking what they need and not paying for it. Along with such an event, the entire monetary and pay-for-goods system is going to crash along with everything else. What good will gold coins do you? Do people think they will fill up their car with a tank of gas, pay with a gold coin, and get change back? Gold and silver will be absolutely useless in such a scenario, and will only serve as yet one more reason for someone to attack you to take what is yours without giving any thought to how practical it actually is. In a complete survival situation, gold and silver would be nothing more than extra weight to haul around or protect that you simply do not need. What you actually need is food, water, and shelter. Gold and silver isn't going to pay to get you any of those things when society breaks down. Number 5. Obtain night vision equipment. Another one that, while not necessarily a bad idea, it's also not very practical for most of us. Not only is it cost prohibitive, but for the same amount of money over time, you could get a mountain of supplies that will actually keep you alive versus a luxury that would simply be nice to have. If money is no object, by all means, go for it. Number 6. Do not tell anyone. I understand the reasoning behind this suggestion, but once you look at both the big picture as well as the reality of what's going to take place once the shit hits the fan, this to me is useless. Whether or not your neighbors already know you're a survivalist already is beside the point. Once things go high into the right, they will eventually come by, if for no other reason than most people, when in a panic mode, find safety in numbers. More than likely, however, they will swing by because they are in desperate need of supplies and ways to protect themselves due to a lack of preparation. Even if they do know ahead of time, the worst thing that will happen is the one thing that will probably happen anyway. They will come to you looking for help. Whether or not you decide to help them is up to you, but either way, they're still going to show up at some point, and if they fail to prepare, they stand little chance of causing you any trouble. Thank you for stopping by, and as always, if you find any of this information helpful, then feel free to join us on Facebook at the link below. Peace.